Must be a long time between drinks. Reckon a broad like you'd be hot to trot after all them years locked away.
Yeah, well, you reckon wrong.
Come on. Thought he'd be nice to me. Assuming you want to stay here, that is. I could always play your cover. Think about it.
Why are you making up all this bull? It's not bull. It's the God's honest truth. And you know how I know? Because it's me I'm talking about. Me! Look at me. I'm your real mother.
Sorry to do this, Governor, but I have to leave at once. Manage without me for a bit?
I suppose. When will you be back?
Not sure. I'll ring you.
Anything I can help with?
Personal problem.
Take as long as you need.
Thanks.
Kath, you there? Kath!
What happened?
I did it. I stopped the pain. My little girl's dead.
You're lying.
I'm not. It's the truth.
Oh, bull. What do you think you're trying to pull anyway?
I tried to tell you weeks ago, and I just
You're
couldn't.
crazy, you know that? Don't you think I know who my mum is?
Lexi, love, just listen, will you? Listen. I gave you away to Charlotte Patterson when you were just a few months old. She wanted to get off the game, so I gave her money to...
Oh, yeah? Well, you should check your story before you try and put one over on me. Me mum never got off the game.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just trying to tell you the arrangement we made. Trouble was, she used up all the money and lit off for Perth, and I never made contact with you until a few weeks ago.
Nice try, but it didn't work, okay?
It's the truth. All right, that photograph you looked at, the one I said was my sister. Well, I was lying. That was me when I was your age. You said yourself it looked like you.
Big deal. Doesn't prove a thing. Coincidence, that's all.
Coincidence be buggered. You're my daughter, that's why we look alike.
We don't now, do we?
Lexi, love, I'm an old woman now. There are not many things in this world that I really care about anymore. But you're one of them. And that baby you carry is enough.
God, took you a while to get round to it, didn't it? Well, you listen to me now. This is my body, and what I do with it is my business. And I'm not having some stupid old bitch tell me what to do.
I'm not just some stupid old bitch. I'm your mother, and that kid you're carrying is my grandchild.
God, better live somewhere else. Oh, you must be off your brain if you think I'd fall for something like that.
Lexi, please.
And even if it was true, what a two-faced bitch! Just get out! Get out!
I didn't know what to do. She was in such agony. She was pleading with me to help her, Bob.
What about the nurses, the doctors?
I didn't call them.
Why not?
They couldn't help her. The medication just wasn't working anymore. And the pain. My God, how could they let her go through all that pain? I just covered her face with a pillow.
She's not in pain now, Kath. When's Alan get back?
Today, tomorrow, I'm not sure.
Any way of contacting him?
I can't tell him, Bob. Could you?
The hospital will take care
I'd
of it.
rather you did. It'll be kinder. You'll be able to explain why I'm in police custody.
You don't have to tell him. You don't have to tell anyone. Linda just stopped breathing. That's what happened.
I killed her, Bob.
You mustn't say that.
I did. And I'll face what's coming to me.
Yeah, well, I'm just worried she'll do something stupid.
Well, like what?
Like pay one of the other women to abort it for her.
She wouldn't try something like that. Or maybe I should talk to one of the officers.
No, that'll make it worse.
Well, at least I can keep an eye on her.
No, honestly, it'll be all right. I just won't let her out of my sight, that's all.
Okay, but first chance I get, I'll try and talk some sense into it.
I'd better go. Somebody might come.
Oh, Julie, before you go, would you like to go to Merv and Joyce's wedding with me?
I can't.
After your parole comes through.
Oh, but I haven't heard any more about that. They probably changed their mind.
I'm sure they haven't.
There must be stacks of girls you could ask.
Julie, I love you. Okay? I'll give you tonight to think about it.
All right, I'll come. I'll come with you.
Well, great. I'll see you tomorrow then.
G'day, Sponge! Hey, what were you and Steve up to?
One guess, just look at her face.
Nothing.
Only Josh. He's a nice guy. I just hope he does you right, that's all.
Hey, maybe we could get him on the team. What team? The volleyball team.
Yeah, well, I'm not going on it. Come on.
Sure.
Oh, come on, Lurch, you're a natural. Look at the way you scooped up the ball and threw it straight at Moran.
Oh, don't bring that up again. I thought I'd cop solitary for sure.
But you didn't. Oh, come on, with you and me on the team, we'd wipe out any opposition. Hey, who's after you?
No one. I've been looking for you lot everywhere. We're going to work on the paper or what?
Well, we asked if we could start work on the toys, and Mrs. M said it was all right.
Thanks for letting me know.
Well, we couldn't find you, could we?
What's the matter, Lex?
Just bloody fed up, that's all.
Oh, come on, pick up your dummy legs. The next time we change workplaces, we'll send you an engraved invitation.
Sit on it, Rita.
See? Hey, what's bugging you?
Bloody Jess. You wouldn't believe what she just tried to pull to stop me getting rid of the kid.
I believe it. She's bloody determined.
Yeah, we'll try this one on for size. She reckons she's me mum.
Your mother? You're kidding!
No, I am not kidding. Why else would I worry about the silly little twerp?
Because you're bloody senile, that's why.
Look, my girl, it was hard enough getting up the courage to tell you in the first place. The least you can do is believe me.
Hang on, are you on the level, Jess?
You bet your next buy-up I am.
Hey, I thought that lady giving Sheila was your mum. Ain't that what you said, Lex?
Oh, Lurch, don't listen to her. She's off her rocker.
I am not lying, Lexi.
Bloody hell, hang on, you two!
Have you got something to back your story, Jess?
Yeah, go tell it to my real mum and see how far you get.
It's fine with me. In fact, I'll get her in here to tell you herself.
Any objections, Lexi?
No. Sooner we get this sorted out, the better.
Great. Argument closed. Hey, where are you going?
See if I can give her a ring now. And don't you do anything before we get this sorted out.
Hey, good on you, Jess.
Oh, shut up, Lurch. She's not going to make no bloody phone call. Didn't even ask for the address or nothing.
Maybe she already knew it, Lex.
Yeah, perhaps she's telling the truth. Have you thought of that?
Well, what exactly did she tell you?
Load of bull, that's all.
Maybe it's not. Maybe that's why Lady Giddings wouldn't come and see you that time Jen visited her.
Good. You lot would swallow anything.
She sounded on the level to me.
Hey, this is too good to pass up. I'm going to start a book on it, okay, Rita?
Go for it. You better be quick.
I'll go spread the word now.
Lurch, don't you go anywhere. Lurch, come back here. It's not funny. Lurch!
No, Kath. If you go through with this, you could get 10 to 20 years. You've got no idea what it's like in there.
Would you prefer me dodging the law for the rest of my life?
No. I just don't want to see you hurt anymore.
Bob, you've been such a wonderful support to me for so long. I really wouldn't have coped without you to turn to. But now I'm on my own. The law says I must pay for what I did, and I don't mind. Linda's not hurting anymore. And that's what's important. Alan.
G'day, Bob. Oh, it's good to see you. How are you, love? Oh, what a waste of a trip that was. Here, put your feet up, mate. I'll grab us a couple of beers.
No. Alan.
Alan,
What? Well, what is it?
Linda's dead. I killed her.
You what?
I couldn't stand it anymore. I had to.
You cold-hearted bitch.
Alan. was nothing more the doctors could do. Kath couldn't bear to see Linda in pain anymore.
What, so she puts her down like some bloody dog?
No, Alan.
What gives you the right to play God with my kid?
Just a minute. Think what Kath's going through.
She was my kid too, you know. Well, don't you think I hurt every time I looked at her?
Of course. But it was much harder for Kath. She was with her all the time. You were away so much you didn't see what Linda was going through day after day. Kath!
Number 2 Davis Street.
Look, I'm not asking you, lady. I'm telling you. If you want to stay in that cushy joint with that pompous crook of yours, you better get your butt over here pronto. Charlotte? Charlotte! With... Oh, I don't know what she's got. What happened to you?
Oh, I dropped the bike around Brunton Avenue. Look, I got a call from Rita. She wanted to see me.
What about?
Well, I don't know. She just wanted to see me in person. It's okay, isn't it?
Of course. Miss Ferguson, would you take Mr. Moulton through to the visiting room and fetch Connors, please?
Don't worry, look again.
Come on, Wyndham. Time is up. I'm sorry, Mrs. B, but the silly woman's gone up with... Oh, Charlotte. Charlotte. Look, I've got one more thing to say to you. If you don't get over here fast, I'm going to make sure that every single newspaper in the country gets the story of your past. Reckon you'll make front page, don't you? Yes, I thought you might see it my way. Goodbye.
Good. Now, come on, Wyndham.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Kath's the one who's going to have to face the music. She needs all the support she can get. You and Linda were her life, and you can't turn your back on her now. I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Please, can't you stay just until the police get here?
No, Kath. No one must know I've been here.
Why?
Because if you're convicted, they'll probably send you to Wentworth. And they might have second thoughts if they know we're closely acquainted.
Well, what does it matter where she goes?
Because she needs all the help she can get. Women prisoners are totally down on anyone who causes the slightest harm to any child. They won't think of your motives, Kath. They'll only see the end result.
Yeah, you're right. I've read of some women even being...
Well, it won't happen to Kath, I'll make sure of that. So long as you don't let on you know me.
Thanks, Bob.
Always said a woman's place was in the kitchen. What are you trying to prove, anyway?
I'm earning me keep. Why don't you try it?
I don't need to. I ain't the one hiding out, remember?
Yeah, well, your mum said that as soon as you showed your face, you'd take over here.
I'd rather watch you.
Do your own bloody work.
You betcha, lady. Gotta keep some of that spit and fire for later, eh? Come on, gorgeous. Off your bum and get this into the wood box. You sure ain't the tough bird Alice said you were. What's the matter? Fresh air too much for you? Or is it just being close to a real man that's brought you unstuck?
Oh, come on, Reed. You don't expect me to take over another preacher's patch, do you?
Don't come the ethical stuff with me, mate.
Oh, it applies.
Not when they're not attending services because they can't stand the geezer up front. You want to hear this guy? All hell, fire and brimstone and no...
What, compassion?
That is the word. A bit short of that in here.
Have you spoken to Ann about this?
Well, sorta.
Well, why front me with it? I mean, surely it's up to her.
I thought I'd get my little sales spiel in before, you know. Make sure you know we want you.
Gee, I must admit I'd enjoy the challenge, but it really is up to her.
It beats me why she hasn't spoken to you about it already. You haven't had a blue, have you?
No, Rita.
Can't you put on the macho bit, you know, I'm the man, I know what's best routine?
I don't think it'd work, but don't worry, I'll talk to her. I'll see what's cooking.
Still hard at it, eh? You sure a try, I'll give you that.
Why don't you go mend a fence or something?
Got something better in mind, haven't I? How about it, eh?
Back off, Jenkins, I'm warning you.
That's my girl. That's how I...
But we can't get a doctor here. We're harbouring an escaped crim.
So?
It's a jailable offence.
We can pretend we don't know.
Oh, don't be stupid.
Why? We can say we found her on the side of the road.
I said I'd help, and we will.
If we're digging a hole for her, we don't do something quick.
I suppose you've got a point. I tell you what, I'll go into town and see if I can get some penicillin out of old Doc James. That should do the trick.
And what if it don't?
Then we'll dump her outside the doc's surgery.
Should do it anyway.
Leave it to me, Sean. And keep an eye on her while I'm gone, too.
No worries. I'll have me on all day.
Don't be dirty.
Well, why didn't you ask me, though?
There wasn't time. She only put the request in this morning.
You weren't going to ask me, were you?
I don't know, Dan. There were things to consider.
Like what?
Us, for instance.
Well, what's that got to do with helping the women?
A lot. You don't know how they can use the situation.
Are you trying to tell me they'll make life difficult for you because of our association?
It's possible.
How?
By emotional blackmail. They're cunning women, Dan. Don't underestimate them.
No, I wouldn't, but I try not to judge anybody. I mean, that's my trade,
Then
remember?
stop questioning my decisions.
So you have made up your mind already?
No, I haven't. I just don't like being railroaded into this by Connors.
Oh, she's only trying to do the right thing by her mates.
You can't be sure of that.
I can, because I know Rita. Look, don't be fooled by her exterior. Underneath, she's a caring person. And she does have a valid point about the current preacher, doesn't she?
Yes. He's certainly out of tune with today's problems.
Well, here I am, willing and able.
I'm sorry, Dan, but I won't be forced into a quick decision by you or anyone else.
No, fair enough. But if it's our relationship that's standing in the way, remember my work and my love life are two quite separate areas. And no hassles that way.
Oh, bastard.
Hey, they're all back in Lexi's story. Reckon Jessie's gone troppo over the baby.
Yeah, well, just keep it down, will you? I don't want Lexi going over the top and bringing the screws down on us.
Yeah, all right. But if Jessie's not lying, I'll make a packet.
Oh, Julie, it worked!
That's great.
Oh!
Look at it, you'll have me out of a job.
What are you doing in here?
Mrs. Reynolds asked me to supervise and instruct the girls in use the tools.
I don't see much instruction going on.
Well, they don't seem to need it. Julie's a mechanical genius.
Her name is Egbert. We do not encourage familiarity in here. You do well to remember that, if you wanted to get a parole. Patterson, Wyndham, you've got a visitor. Somehow I can't see you two moving into the social set. Unless, of course, Lady Giddings is doing charity work.
That's how she wanted it, so I did my best.
Your best? Go on, tell her the rest. I wanted to hear all of it.
Oh, tell her what?
I'm not a mother, you are. End of story. The hell does it matter now anyway?
It matters. Go on, tell her about the money.
Oh, all right, she gave me some money to look after you.
Yeah, why? Go on, tell her why I picked you.
Because I wanted to get off the game. Jessie gave me the chance of a decent sort of life. You were the price.
Yeah, decent. I really believe that anyone who wanted to get out of it as much as you reckoned you did would at least have the decency to do the right thing by the kid.
What did you expect me to do when the money ran out?
It shouldn't have run out. There was enough to make a go of it if you'd really wanted to.
How much was there?
10,000 quid.
10,000's not much.
No.
It'll last you for long.
Not much. You know what 10,000 quid was in those days? First prize in Tats. You could have bought a house and had plenty over.
Ran out. What do you want me to do about it now?
I want Lexi to understand why things turned out like they did.
Understand what? What's any of this got to do with me? With me?
Watch it, love.
All I see is a couple of old slags fighting about money.
You watch your tongue, you nasty.
Or what? What are you going to do about it? Give me another bashing? Stick me outside while you see to the customers? Just like the good old days, eh, Mum?
You always were a bastard of a kid. You still are.
I'm not buying that anymore. That's what I used to think. I used to think, you know, your mum's your mum. I had it all figured out. She doesn't treat you like a dog just for the hell of it. Not your own mother. What a bloody joke. You didn't give us stuff, did you? Oh, it's just somebody else's baggage you were stuck with. Thanks for nothing.
I should have kept an eye on you. I'd have skinned you alive if I'd known.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. She's your kid, not mine. You're the one who dumped her. And she's going to remember that in a minute. Bye-bye, Jessie. It's all yours.
Lexi, please listen.
I've got nothing to say to you.
You can't solve a problem just by walking away from it.
Why not? You did.
Yes, I did. And it's taken me 20 years to turn around and face it.
Well, maybe it's going to take me that long, too.
Look, I was only trying to help.
Help? You have got to be kidding. What do you think was going to happen? You could walk in here 20 years later and say, hi, good day, I'm your mum, and I'd fall all over you.
I didn't. I wasn't even going to tell you at first.
Yeah, thought I might want something from you.
I didn't know. One way or the other, I didn't know you. It's different now. We've got to forget what we can't change.
You've got to be kidding. How did you forget your mum paid some slut to take you off her hands?
It wasn't like that, love.
If you'd have given a damn about me, you'd have got rid of me before I was even born. Just like I'm going to do this one.
Lexi, please.
Cool it. Just keep her away from me.
Take it easy.
God's sake, don't punish the baby for what I did to you.
Don't understand, do you? Punishment's not getting rid of it when you're only 6 weeks gone. It's not even a thing yet. Punishment's having the kid. Wait until it's 6 months old. Then flushing it.
You did me.
Lexi!
She really is a kid.
Come on, Jessie. She'll come round. You did the right thing.
I must have missed a joke.
Yeah, it's me book. I must have made about 20 bucks.
Jeez, Lurch. When they handed out the milk of human kindness, they gave you a double dose.
Yeah, well, 20 bucks is 20 bucks, you know.
Oh, why did I do it? I knew it wasn't going to work.
No, you didn't. You hoped you would.
Not really. Well, a little. I hoped she might understand.
Well, she will in time, I'm sure of it.
No, I don't know. Funny, isn't it, how you can know about something and not really feel it? When I heard that bloody woman laying it out cold, it really hit me, you know? I thought, oh, God, was it really that bad? And it was, Nancy. That kid hasn't had a good day in her whole life.
You'll make it up to her.
How do you make up for something like that?
It'll happen. Things aren't going to be the way they are right now forever.
Look at me. I'm just a silly old fool who hasn't done a decent thing by anybody in her whole life. What on earth made me think I wasn't going to stuff this up too?
You'd never have picked it. They don't look anything alike.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit of a shock, though, wouldn't it? Finding out you weren't who you thought you were.
Yeah. Hey, what's 17 plus 6?
You're still trying to work out your sums.
Yeah, I took 32 bets, you know.
Keeping busy, ladies?
Oh, yes, Mrs. B.
I just thought I'd let you know Mrs. Reynolds has approved the wedding breakfast.
Oh, Ripper!
You and McCormick can sort it out with Mervyn.
Oh, yeah, well, I've got it all planned. I thought we could have this egg thing I read about in the Women's Mag. Well, they reckon it was the Queen's favourite tucker. Eggs? Yeah, but not just ordinary. They were real posh. Well, they were sort of on spinach with a sauce over the top of them.
Ah, Eggs Benedict?
Yeah, that's it.
I think I'll stick to cornflakes.
Well, whatever you do, I just want you to know we really appreciate the gesture. Very kind of you.
No worries, Mrs. B.
Queen's favourite tucker. You'd believe anything.
Yeah, well, that's what it said.
Maybe we should get Lexi onto it. Give her something else to think about.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think about that, Ree? Geez, my mum wouldn't give us up. No way.
Everyone's different.
They tried to once.
What?
Welfare. This bloody school teacher. You reckon we didn't have enough warm clothes or something?
What happened?
Well, she packed us up. We did a flip. Quick, smart. She'd have killed anyone who took us kids off her. Jeez. Makes you wonder about Jessie, though, don't it? Hey, Ree, what do you reckon?
I reckon I'm a bloody genius.
Hey, what?
I just figured out how to get the coke in here. Beats the hell out of tennis balls.
Patterson? Or is the name Wyndham now?
Who's been talking?
That's true, then.
Yeah, and if she's going to be in here, you can count on trouble.
Well, that wouldn't be wise.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't happen if she got a transfer.
Nice try. Wouldn't count on that either.
Don't you ever give up? I'm worried about you. Yeah, well, go worry somewhere else. Stop bugging me. Just go and bloody well leave me alone. That's it. Come on. Dig, dig, dig. Oh, jeez. You don't know how glad I am to see you. Oh, come on. Dig more. That's it. Dig, dig. Dig, dig.
Yeah, well, how are you going to do it without them seeing you?
Over there. So you're keeping it about there, and Bongo will be right on the other side of the fence.
But that's miles away.
That's the beauty of it, don't you see? He doesn't have to come anywhere near the place. The car will go a lot further out in the open. He'll dig in over there and send a carload of beautiful stash right up to the fence.
Yeah, but how are you going to get the car to him in the first place?
I don't know. I'll say it's for a kid I know or something.
But they're not going to let you just give it away.
Well, you concentrate on the hard parts. That's the easy bit.
Yeah, but they're the bits that always get screwed out.
Oh, jeez. OK, there's this family I know. They live in the housing commission flats. Dad's a TPI pensioner, Mum's got arthritis, the kid's got a fatal disease. The car's going to make the poor little bugger's last few days happy. Is that good enough for you?
I don't reckon they all ought to be sick.
Oh, OK, whatever you say is a fair thing. Now, let's just concentrate on... Oh. G'day. What the hell's that?
My dog, Poco.
Oh, get out. How'd she find you here?
Don't know. I just told you she was pretty smart, but didn't I?
What are you going to do with her? Keep her, of course.
I won't let you do that.
No, I know.
Well, how are you going to work that? What about the screws?
I'll work something out. That is, if you two will help me get her inside.
Well, what are you going to do if she needs a leak?
Look, we'll figure something out. I mean, she must have come miles. You can't just chuck her out.
We'd better check it and make sure it's fact.
Well, it certainly explains a few things.
Yes, it certainly puts the skids under Wyndham's support of the allegations against Bassinger.
I'm afraid so. Bob?
Can't argue with that. If Jessie's her mother, makes it a whole different ballgame.
Plus, we've had another letter. Arrived half an hour ago. The police are collecting it shortly. And another phone call from him this morning.
So our maniac's still at large?
Very much so. Kelly being the target this time?
Bassinger's still in Brisbane.
Yes.
He could have...
I know. There are a dozen ways of arranging phone calls and letters, but it's becoming more unlikely by the minute.
Yes, forget it.
What's the dispute between Patterson and Wyndham? Why the hard feelings?
Well, apparently Patterson only found out about it today, and she's taking it rather badly.
Another problem we don't need.
Well, do you want us to keep an eye on it?
If it's going to develop into open warfare, we may have to consider transferring Wyndham to Barnhurst.
Probably make the rupture permanent.
I know. Let's hope Lexi can come to terms with it quickly. If not, there's nothing else we can do.
She's a stupid-looking dog. You can't tell which end's which. She's beautiful.
That's the end that bites.
Hey, she never bit you.
I know, but I just like to check these things out.
Oh, look, be careful.
Sorry, Poco.
Will you relax?
Okay, Poco, this is it. One yep out of you and you're busted.
Look, would you stop saying that? You ready?
You're right.
No, just give them the information and leave it at that for the moment. Oh, Miss Ferguson, thanks for telling me about Patterson and Wyndham.
I'll be keeping an eye on it, Governor. Any messages?
No, nothing.
Has she...
Not a word.
She will.
Who will?
Joan dropping her charges against Joyce.
I thought that was settled.
Well, it is.
Well, she hasn't told me yet.
She's just putting it off.
You have a persuasive tongue.
I must say, it's more than I can claim to have achieved with Joan.
Well, she knows where the body is buried.
I think she knows she's in the wrong.
Well, I wish she'd tell me. It'll be a relief to have it all settled. There's something else we're going to have to brace ourselves for, too.
Touch wood, this one goes to Barnhurst.
Easier for us, but not any easier for her.
Euthanasia. Not quite your cold-blooded murder, is it? I would have thought the women would be the first to understand.
Some do. Most of them don't see the difference between that and murder in the first degree.
So what's the procedure for handling it?
Well, censoring newspapers, TV, make sure that they don't know what she's in here for, if we can.
Difficult at the best of times. This Agent Orange thing is going to make a prime story.
Would be a problem.
What about education?
How do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of ignorance behind their reaction to these type of cases. Why not tackle that? Get rid of the myths, put the whole subject on the table and thrash it out.
Oh, that's an idea.
I think it just might be a very good one.
Well, I do have them occasionally.
It'll be easy. I mean, if I'm on skip duty, I can come pick her up and cart around with me in the skip.
Yeah, well, what about meal times? You thought of that?
I'm going to make a kennel in my locker.
Well, she's going to need a bit of a run every day too, Lex.
So we take her outside. Same way we brought her in.
Yeah, but what's she going to use for a toilet?
Will you let up on that?
Yeah, but you can't expect her to hang on all day.
We've already sorted that one out. We're going to use newspaper, aren't we?
Well, I just wanted to know.
5 million reasons why it's not going to work, and you have to keep picking on that one. Oh, look, it's got to be possible, Rita.
Yeah, sure. We just got to figure all the angles.
Freak's coming.
What's going on?
Nothing. We were just working out what we were going to cook for the party, Miss Ferguson.
I'll bet. Where's Patterson?
I don't know, the toot, I think.
Yeah, she was crook. She ran out real quick.
Really? Don't suppose she'd be about to stir up some trouble with Wyndham while she's there, would she?
Oh, no, I'm sure she wouldn't do that. She was just feeling really sick from the upset, that's all.
Get to the dining room.
It's okay, she's gone.
Jeez, that was a bit close.
Too bloody close. We better get cracking before she comes back.
Well, what about Poco? You can't stick her in the locker before she's had time to get used to it.
Oh, that's okay. I'll stay with her. Couldn't eat anything anyway. You reckon you could bring her back some food, Butt?
I reckon we could. See you later, Mutt.
It's never going to work. It's impossible.
Yeah, well, we've got to try. That little dog really matters to Lex.
Oh, what the hell? I once jumped me bike over the Menindee storm drain. That was supposed to be impossible too.
She's a dog. They don't eat that stuff.
Yes, they do. Well, we always mix their veggies in with the meat on the farm. It's good for them. Cleans their bowels or something.
Oh, God, there she goes again. You want to watch it, Lurch, you're getting a fixation.
There's enough in here to feed a St. Bernard. How big is she?
Oh, about so big.
Yeah, this will keep her going for a week then.
Well, Mr. Pringle must have outdone himself. You're getting through that very quickly.
Hungry as a starving dog tonight, Mrs. B.
Well, you better hurry up if you want seconds. Oh, and Nancy, I want to thank you both very much for organising for wedding breakfast.
Oh, it's going to be a big day for all of us, Mrs. Barry.
Yes, well, we're tickled pink for these
And
days.
Tina's doing the floral decorations for the table and all.
Oh, I see. It's turning out to be quite an extravaganza.
I would have known what to say if she'd seen it. We'd have seen you right.
Here. Listen, why don't you hang on to it? Take it to Lexi as soon as you're finished up. Oh, come on. You know them much better than we do, and you haven't had a chance to say good day to her yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see her again.
See you
Good night,
tomorrow.
Bob. Everything quiet? No more nonsense from Lexi and Jessie?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, it'll probably quieten down soon enough. You spoken to Ann?
What about?
Taking some leave.
You don't need any time off.
Well, I think you do.
I don't agree.
You silly, Joan. I just think you need a break.
Oh, you'd like to see me out of here altogether, wouldn't you?
For God's sake, don't get me wrong, but I don't think you're in a fit state to make that judgment.
So that's what we're getting around to, is it me cracking up?
Well, not yet, but I think you're heading there fast.
So that's the latest thing I'm going to be blackmailed into, is it? Morris, when you get the knife in, you really twist it, don't you?
Heaven's sake, Joan, would you just listen to yourself? Look, do you realise that I'm probably one of the few members of staff still talking to you?
That's my fault, is it?
Yes, in a way it is. Look, we all know the stress you've been under these last
Look,
few weeks.
all I need is for people to get off my back, especially amateur psychologists.
It's only me. What do you want? Dinner. Where is the little bugger? Can I say hello to it? Hello, you little darling. Aren't you the clever girl, finding us like that? Oh, you're tracking us down like that. Look, here's your dinner. Poor little possum, you must be starving.
Yeah, hasn't eaten in ages.
Here, you better give it to her.
You can.
Look, what have I got for you? Oh, you are a... Hey, watch the fingers. Oh, you are a clever little girl. Sort of little dog they read about in the newspapers. Yes. That's a good girl.
No, I don't really think we can be guided by Her Majesty's personal taste, not on this occasion, Alice.
But it'd be real good.
Yes, I know, but eggs Benedict for 30 people's a very tall order.
All right, well, what about crepes nicasse then? Bet you don't like that either.
Who are you calling a creep, Lurch?
No one. She's been just working out the menu.
Oh, yeah? How's it going?
We're getting there slowly.
Well, it's not my fault.
As long as you don't do that eggs Benny whatever, I'm happy.
Hey, Jess, pretty professional, don't you, Rita?
Yeah, very nice.
Pretty flash, eh?
My word.
How was Poco?
Well, not as reserved as her owner, that's for sure.
Oh, Jessie. She'll be right.
Yes, I'm sure.
Come on. I've got just the thing for you. What? You'll see.
Strawberries and cream and chocolate.
I haven't been in a pub like this for years. I didn't think there were any left.
Oh, you gotta go looking. I think I found most of them.
In that case, I'll swap you one of your pubs for one of my restaurants in rotation.
You've got a deal. And I'll climb into a suit for your lot if you'll manage something just a bit more down market for my lot.
Oh.
I'm kidding. You look smashing. Now, about my job.
Do we really have to talk about that tonight?
Yes, we really do.
Wish you didn't want to do it.
But I do. And can you think of a better chaplain for your slightly tarnished flock than me?
No, I suppose not.
But you're still letting us get in the way.
Yes. I just don't want anything that'll make it fall apart.
What do you think it would?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think it's going to be difficult. I'd say we're going to have the odd huge fight, but I can weather it if you can.
All right. I'll put it to the department.
You won't be sorry.
Still here? Buggered if I know why. What's all this about, anyway?
Now, close your eyes.
Oh, this had better be good. What the hell's that?
Well, open up and take a look.
You're kidding, it's ready?
What do you reckon?
Oh, only one way to find out, in my opinion.
I'll leave you to it.
Jessie, what is it?
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses